to close on this story right here. I was calling Apple Care the other day, and I thought it was so appropriate to talk about this story because we're talking about the fruit of the Spirit, yeah? Called Apple Care. Anybody have an iPhone in here? Somebody just said no. Well, shame on you. I'm about to get that new iPhone X, though, when that comes out on the 27th. I'm about to cop that. But anyway, iPhone. They have something called Apple Care. Everybody knows what Apple Care, for the most part, for the iPhone users in here, Apple Care is basically a number that you can call, a 1-800 number that you can call. And you can ask them for some help when it comes to your phone, because the iPhone can be very very complex. There's some things that happens to it that you don't know what's going on. So you need some help, right? So what do? We call the number, right? And it says, thank you for calling Apple Care. You can say a full sentence without ever speaking to a live representative. And you're like, no! Oh, come on, y'all. Come on. Have you ever called any customer service and it's all about that automated life? And you're like, I'm tired of this high tech. I want high touch, right? That's how we are in our relationship with Christ. We're tired of getting to Jesus through someone else. We want to hear his voice for ourselves. Okay, all right. Let me come down. I'll just jump down here. All right, so then after dealing with Apple Care, right, we get Apple Care on the phone. Anybody enjoying this message? Can you just give God praise and glory? Right. Look, you call up Apple Care and you're like, okay. So it's like you can say full sentences to get to where you want to get to. And you're like, first, it's not full sentences, right? First, it's like sounds. Right? You're making sounds like this because you're so upset to the fact that you can't speak to a real person. So once you've gone 5 minutes with expressing your emotions about not being able to speak to the person that you really want to speak to, then you're like, you settle down. You're like, okay. All right. I would like to speak to a representative. And then look. Apple Care says again, they really have like emotions and voice inflections because he says, I'm sorry. I didn't understand what you just said. Can you please repeat yourself? Okay, let's try this again. I'm gonna try it again. All right. I would like to speak to a representative. You would like to speak to a representative? Yes! Before you speak to a representative, come on, help me. Oh, Jesus, I'm working on this thing. Pastor just talked about long suffering last week, man. God, you like to put us to test right away. Please, before we transfer you, tell us what you would like to speak to a representative about. So this way we can kind of find out what department you need to go to. So I'm thinking like that. All right, so, help! Please hold. So then Apple Care got a little crafty, right? So then they said, while you're waiting, you get an opportunity to select what type of music you'd like to listen to while you're on a brief hold. Would you like jazz, easily listening, rap, hip hop, or pop, or something of that nature? Customer service! I don't care what music I listen to. Just get me to somebody so I can talk to somebody about this phone. I'll be here all week. Right? So finally someone picks up the phone and they're like, Apple Care, how can I help you? And you're like, oh man, thank God. Whew. Man, I'm so happy to hear your voice. I am so happy to hear your voice. Okay, man, do you know what I went through just to hear your voice? Do you know all the many obstacles I had to go through to hear your voice? And this is what the representative said. The representative says this. Okay, would you be able to, after I'm done helping you, would you be able, after I'm done helping you, to do a brief survey? Oh yeah, I want to do that survey. I'm going to jack that survey. I'm going to beat up that survey. One, all ones. I said, oh yeah, I'm going to give the survey a piece of my mind. Thank you so much for your help. All right, here's the survey. Boom. As a result of your experience, watch this, literally ask me, how courteous, kind, and gentle was your automated system? It got me messed up. I said, man, I was about to drop some bombs on this thing. You know what I mean? But they got a brother thinking. That automated system was so patient with me. This is where you got to shout right here. Because before people can hear the voice of God, listen, they got to get to God through you. And how you respond to their frustration, oh, there it is. Oh my God. How you respond to their aggravation, how you respond to all of their little complaints and worries, and cuss at you, and profane your name, and run you down and turn you around. You have to be, no matter what, gentle. And then they get to Jesus. Somebody shout in here and give God glory. Give him glory. Give him glory.